Okay, during this part of the demo here, I'm introducing myself. My name's Kevin Larson, and got 10 years of wood turning experience. And been a part of the club for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years now. And a while back, Paul Rustin, which is who I'm pointing at right here, was looking for members to do some demonstrations. So I proudly volunteered because he said it would improve my skills. And the time went by, and nothing was ever set up. It just didn't happen for a while. And then I got the call from Colleen to ask me if I wanted to still do one. I said sure. So I decided on doing something a little different with the bowl. It's basically a basic bowl with 4 legs, and there's 5 of them there on the lathe that I completed while I was practicing for this demonstration, and they all turned out pretty good. So that's what I'm talking about here, and I'm going to hand them out to the folks to get a little look at them, pass them around so we can see what it is that I'm going to attempt to make. So what you want to do is you start out with a blank, and if you're making your own blanks, just cut it as square as possible. And I cut these blanks on a bandsaw, and they're pretty square. They're not too far off. And after to get started, you want to find the center of this blank. So I'm going to use a straight edge and go from corner to corner and mark a line down that area there. Do it the same on the other 2 corners. And that will give you the center of the blank. And that's where I will drill a hole to accept the worm screw, because I'm going to chuck it up using the worm screw to start the process. In here, I'm just talking about the orientation of the wood, how I usually put the pith side of the blank create it to be the bottom of the bowl. And this blank here has a hole in it already, so that's the one I'm going to use to start the demonstration with. And I'm kind of talking about the process I'm going to do here. How I'm going to mount it up on a chuck, create a recess on one side, flip it back over and put it in the jaw chuck on the other side. Shape the top part of the bowl there, and then after that's done, you flip it back around. And the reason I use this method is so when I do shape the top of it, I can get better access. The headstock's not in my way if I come in from the other way. That's what I'm talking about there. So here we're going to get it mounted on the worm screw to begin the turning part of this demonstration. And the original audio is going to start about now. Stop there.
If you push the red button on the front, that'll lock the spindle on the front under control.
And you have to hold it in.
Just push it.
Hold it in.
Okay.
You have to hold it in.
Hold it.
So again, this is going to be what would be the bottom of the bowl. What I'm going to start with. And I'll start by just knocking off this corner part here. With regular bowl gouge, it's got it's kind of like a 40-40 grind. I don't know if it is or not, but it's close to it. I'll just say that. Y'all questions, feel free to fire away. Just start off by taking real light things on the corner here.
Do you have a face shield or something?
No, I didn't do it because I thought I was going to be wearing that thing. And
No, we got your face shield.
Alright, now I can see.
What speed are you going at?
I'll tell you as soon as it comes up again.
Gotcha.
Looks like it's about 7:40 right at the moment. You get a lot of tear out here, but don't worry yourself about it because in the end, you got to sand off the flat edge to kind of blend it in, which is where the tear out's at, so it goes away. And at this point, you're looking at, this is going to be the outside of your leg. And try to make it wide enough where you got enough meat on there when you're cleaning out the outside or the inside that it's stable somewhat so that it doesn't flex a whole lot. Got my belt loop.
if I move that over like that?
No, you're good.
It's kind of a shadow spot there.
You can also dim that if it's too bright.
No, it's not. It's just shining back here where I'm going to put a mark where I want to make the recess. And if you do this, don't touch both tips at the same time. Only put one out there. Just kind of work your way out where you can see where you want it. Get the cart tool.
What type of wood is it?
Pecan. Pecan. It's been cut, came out of my yard, and it was cut about 14 months ago. It's been laying in the backyard, log form, and I just cut it up in blanks today with my bandsaw. But let me make sure I got everything. It's got a little more tear out here than I'd like, but for the night that would be fine. Speaking of bandsaws, anybody use that Wonder Slick stuff or Slick Stick?
Yeah.
That Wood Turner's Wonder sells. I use my bandsaw a lot to just cut blanks and stuff like that, and it's always filling up with gunk on the blade. I mean, just. And I bought a CBN wheel from them, and they sent some of that Wonder Stick stuff as free gift or whatever, and I put that on my bandsaw blade. Nothing stuck to it since. And if I see something starting to build up on it, I just apply another little coat, and it goes away. And
What's it called, Kevin?
Wonder Stick. Wonder Stick or Wonder Stick?
Slick Stick. That's what it is. This stuff right here. Well, you know, that's what they sell it for.
I know. You don't put it on your seat.
Yeah, because it does. It kind of puts a
Yeah, it just kind of.
gunky film or something. And supposedly that's because we put too much of it.
I don't have a use for it.
But yeah, it worked great on the bandsaw blade. Alright, so I'm going to put a little line here about where I want to start. I'll run out that part. Talking about the grinds with the relief on the side of it. Who was asking about that? This is a bowl gouge that has that relief cut.
thing is a heel cut, same thing?
Yeah, I guess that's the heel is what
The
you call
heel,
that.
yeah.
I've never had any what you call formal training. A lot of what I do is trial and error or YouTube or watching people from this club. I've been a member of the club since 2020. The first big years, was COVID, so didn't get to know anybody then. So I'm going to take this, I'm just going to set this back just a little bit from the feet. Just using the spindle gouge with the tip just to make that shape of the jaw in there. Make the underside of the bowl. It's going to be the bottom of the bowl and plus hollow out, or I guess you call it hollow it out, undercut the rest of it. And you start by, I used to work on this side, and then I work on this side. Then I work on this side until I get it back into where I work. Cut, you can see the perfectly square part wasn't perfectly square. I'm going to cut this side here, this leg now. And I got one of them kind of like 40-degree grinds. And I lined up the bevel with the outside of the bowl. And it's just kind of pushing straight in. And I've got the flute pretty much closed when I'm getting started. That helps prevent skipping across the bottom there. So close it up pretty good, then I might open it up a little bit. And as I get closer to this side, I'll close it up again so if it catches on that, it's just acting like a scraper. It's not going to really do much damage. could have made that a little more rounded and make that a little bit smaller. It'll do. It's dark in here.
Kevin, how do you know how deep you're going right there on that? You don't seem to be measuring or anything.
Well,
Just by feel?
yeah, it's probably.
You haven't done anything on this side, so how do you know?
I could just by feel.
Feel?
I can
Okay.
feel it that
Okay,
there's still plenty of room there,
okay.
which is probably
Oh, you do use that,
that
okay.
that big one. You can see. What's that?
Plenty of room.
Yeah. That's probably good right there as far as the gouges are concerned. I have a little homemade hollowing tool. And it's kind of got a round, I guess it's a round scraper. That's what it is. That I can stick in there and clean up right there where the gouge couldn't get. Just make real light cuts. That's usually where I get in trouble, just moving in and out. Smack the tool on the side of it. Leave a nice mark. Why is there a hole here?
We've all said
I don't
that.
mind. Okay, I put it on the wrong side. Yeah, this was supposed to be the other side. So we're just gonna have one with a hole in it.
Make us all feel better.
Yeah. I'm like, why is there a hole there? Yeah, it should have been mounted.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That would have been inside the
Yeah. That's okay. That's one good thing about
design opportunity.
yeah. It's a dog bowl with a drain. It's a water bowl. You just plug it up with a little stopper, and then yeah.
This is for food.
Yeah.
For food,
You
right?
can put a Finio in it.
Yeah.
You actually make it love.
So you can spend some time on that, get it in the shape you want. Maybe the hole won't go off. I'll just have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, get shallower.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. One good, that's what they say about wood turtles, you know, nothing ever starts out like you don't plan it. There's always, yeah.
I mean, a big day. Spoon rest.
Oh, it's for rest,
Because it
right?
had a crack on the side of it, so I just, made a big spoon rest out of it.
During this dramatic pause, there are some empty seats for those of you standing.
You're right up here in the splash zone.
Am I getting you?
Just a little bit.
As long as it's only shavings and chunks.
When you were down in the bottom of that,
It's
I was
good.
paying attention.
Like I said, when you're in the bottom, if you keep your flute really close when you're getting close to the other side, and then if it hits, it's just coming down on it. And it's not going to give you, if it come in like this, it could catch and give you a nasty catch. But keep it really closed, and then if it hits, it just rubs on it. That's about all it does. So now I'm just going to clean out this side a little bit. And I start off with that 40-point thing, just kind of make it push-in cuts to clear out some stuff. This grind's good for doing that, and it's not good for coming across the bottoms. As you can see, it just tears it all up. Guess I want to take this. And at this stage, you make a bolt.
There's a hole in the bottom.
Now it's a cat bowl.
That is the first time that's happened to you. How much time do you have?
Plenty of time.
Get it.
7:30.
Now we can do it right.
Glad you put that mask on.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
We're gonna need a shield
That's it?
We got expensive equipment, haven't we?
All right, we try this again. This is a piece of sweet gum. what? I know why I'm doing it. Yes. Yep. Normally I put the recess on there, flip it around first, and then do it. This is a little bit bigger one, so I shouldn't have a problem.
So with this way, because you started it like this way, is that pin gonna be up in your bowl now?
Yeah, this is supposed to be on the other side.
Yeah.
And so, the hole is supposed to be here. I think I'll be all right. This is definitely going to be pretty deep enough where that hole should be covered. Most of it hasn't been down very long, so it's pretty wet. Sorry about that little delay.
See it twice.
We've never had that happen to us.
reason on that other one is it was so steep here that they didn't realize how far I went up in there. That's the reason that happened. That's my excuse. You notice on the bigger, the wider you get the bowls, the less need is for that little hollowing tool to get up in there. Which one I got here? Make one more cut on the leg. Sand a little bit in there if you want. Just make sure you come in this way, not this way, 'cause you will hurt. Getting back to where we started from. Mine about right here on the inside. Just a little bit. This is back to that gouge with the relief cut on the back. It's probably close to 70 degrees. So I guess you call that a bottom feeder maybe. start this cut, again, that's the reason I'm way over here is because I want to bring this pretty much parallel to the outside of the bowl, like so. And it's pretty closed. And once I enter it in, then I'll open it up a little bit as it's coming around, and I close it back up as I get toward the center. Just adjusting the height of the bowl a little bit. Bring it down some. Showed up.
Is the key to not getting any tool marks doing it all in one solid sweep?
That's the plan. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't, you don't get any transition where you stop and start.
Yeah.
So if you can make it one smooth swoop, it should be, you get the best cut. Yeah. And when I get down to the end, the cuts start getting lighter and lighter, because at first I'm just hogging stuff out. And then the lighter you get, it should be better. It's hard to see in there. It's really light over there.
We can use that light for you.
Just dangle it down and then close it.
I just didn't want to block the camera.
I won't let you do that.
Okay.
There we go.
If you can get it like down here, shining in. Yeah, there we go. Except
Let's
for
check all the camera moves now.
the,
Yeah.
that'll work. Good.
Oh, we move it out of it.
That's it? No, that's fine. Yeah, I think it'd be all right. I like that. Work right. Also, before I make that last pass, go to the sharpener. There's nothing beats a sharp tool. You go to make the last guy with a nice clean sharp tool. It sure helps a lot too. And then that's where you sand it all down. And just real quick, about the sand, I was going to show you this part right here. Here's the oil.
grit are you at with that?
This is 80 grit.
Okay,
It's 80 grit because I want to wear down that ridge.
okay.
And if there's any tool marks you want to get in or tear out, it'll take care of it pretty quick. I prefer to start not with 80 grit, but that ridge I usually hit it with 80 just because I want to knock it down as much as I can. And just spend a little time doing that to blend it all in. And it'll look pretty good. As far as this,
Yeah.
I take before I do that, it's a nice little hole here. Tennis ball is one of my favorite little jam chucking things. Doesn't mess anything up and it does a really good job.
You prefer Wilson?
No,
You know, he looks like
this
a
one's
dead man.
this one's a pin.
I was thinking,
This one's a pin.
it's turning the tenant on if it's really hard.
Don't want that point on there. Of course, it doesn't matter. There's a hole in the bottom of it. It's not perfectly true, but it'll work. At this point, you can either leave it flat like that to give it that look, which sometimes I do when it's not perfectly true, because if you try rounding it off, it'll be round over here and not over here. So a lot of times I'll just leave it flat like that and set it flat. Dogs don't care what I'm doing. What I'll do is I'll hit these round edges right here. And you can spend all your time you want to work it all the way up, all the way off of there, or just as however much you want. That's how you get that sharp edge, jagged sharp edge off. basically it right there. You know, you can spend a lot more time finishing it, sanding it, and you can see on like some of the examples I got, I didn't sand that all the way down. It's just when you round this edge off more, it blends in real good, and your pet will love you. That's an example of how to do it and not to do it.
Be a very good challenge.
And I want to challenge you, somebody in here, take this block home
Yeah.
and try to make one. You can bring it next time or a couple months from now. This is a kind of a wet piece of mine.
That's okay.
I think
I'm
we all,
glad you challenge.
we should all step up to the challenge. Excellent job.
So the tip has to be on the inside of the
So in
bottom.
retrospect, avoid the hole.
What's that?
Because it gets cut
In
away.
retrospect, to avoid the hole
One question
Yeah.
here, folks.
is,
One
could
question.
you obviously not screw it in quite as far, so you could put a thing over it, or could you actually start with a tenon? You lose a little.
Well, if I would have done it right, start it this way and create a tenon here, flip it around to get where you're on this side. Then you put another tenon on this side, or not a tenon, but a recess, and then flip it around again. And that way the hole's on this side, and then you do this side. I just forgot the flip it around again part. 2 times. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts this side with the thing, put a tenon on it, turn it around, put another tenon on it, like a recess. I don't like you saying tenon. Flip it back around, that puts the hole back on this side, and then you can go ahead and finish it up.
I'm lost. Don't you want the hole on the bowl side?
You want the hole on the bowl side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you start with the hole on the bowl side.
Right.
Put a recess on this side. And the only reason I do that is because I'm not very good at left-handed. And this headstock gets in the way a lot because I want to be able to come around like that. So I put another recess on, flip it around, and the hole's on this side now. Then do it. And then once you get that, then you flip it around and then cut this side. And then once that's all done, flip around one more time and dish it out. Okay? Sorry about that.
No. So, challenge? Next month? That'll do it.
We'll see.
All right.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, I love
Well,
fascinating.
all right. Appreciate it.
All right.
Good job.
I think that's it for tonight.
I did this to make me a better turner.
That's right.
And now next time I'm going to pay attention.